Ho, 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 ho. Hello, everyone. It's me, Father Christmas. What am I doing here, I can hear you ask? Well, I guess this is Christmas come early, because this is the new season of the Pottervision podcast coming to you. Ho, ho, ho. All that I ask is that you like and share the podcast. Go on iTunes and rate us 5 stars. Leave us a nice review. Ho, 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 ho. Here's episode 18. Bye.
Pottervision, Pottervision, Pottervision.
Hello, and welcome once again to the Pottervision podcast, the show where every week Tom Lawrenson and myself, Lukas Kirkby, we look at a chapter from the Harry Potter books. It's episode 18, and I'm thrilled. I am buzzing my little head off.
Yeah.
Because we're starting book 2, Chamber of Secrets. Oh, and it's chapter 1, The Worst Birthday.
Wow.
Wowee. Tom, how are you feeling?
I'm all right. It's I'm excited. We've done a book. Can you believe we did it?
We did a book. We did it. I've been riding on the wave of success, and I've not done any preparation for this week.
Some might say, you boys, there's something wrong with you taking 17 weeks to read a children's book.
Hey, well, if you think that's long, it's going to take us 18 weeks to read the next one.
I'm well. How have you been? How's your week been?
It's been all right. I don't know if you noticed, but when I walked in, I had a new coat on. You didn't notice, did you? It's a big one.
That black one?
Yeah, because...
Whoa! I can't believe I missed that.
I can't believe
Such an eye-catching black coat. Who's that guy in the black coat?
Hey, it's me, Lukas Kirkby. Normally, I wear a very thin white coat, and my girlfriend and my mother have been worrying about me getting cold in this wintry weather. So Martina bought me on ASOS a big winter coat.
Are you liking it?
And it's thick. Do you know what I am? Now, I get very hot normally. I'm a very hot person.
Hot boy.
So I was a bit worried about wearing a big coat to get hot, but it's been all right.
Mm-hmm.
It's been quite nice to wear.
Right, oh.
Yeah, because my mum's always wanted me to get a big coat. She bought me one once for going to Paris.
Yeah.
She goes, "You're not going to Paris with that blooming coat you've got there." So she bought me this big thick one, and I hated it. It was like wearing one of those pop-up tents. It was horrible. I wore it for Paris, and then I never wore it again.
Is it a zip-up?
A zip-up, but it was like a big puffy thing. And it stayed in the understairs cupboard for years. And
these two just don't want you layering. You can't wear a jumper and a coat with them.
Yeah, but I don't wear jumpers, do I? When have you ever seen me in a jumper?
He's right.
He's right, I never have. So I've got this big thick coat, and I'm happier for it.
Good boy.
How have you been this week, Tommy?
Been all right. So this morning, I woke up, right?
Yeah.
And I thought, hey, it's Sunday.
Yeah.
Doing a workout, and after that, I'm going to treat myself to a delicious breakfast.
Oh.
Most Sundays, I have pancakes,
Yeah. That's exciting.
Every Sunday, I have pancakes, American style, blueberries, syrup, and some peanut butter.
I love it. Yeah.
Oh, Tom, peanut butter, it's not, that's too dry to have pancakes. It works with the syrup.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I got a waffle maker for Christmas,
I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Who was?
Martina.
Me too.
What? Hey, I thought that was a special gift just for me. That's funny. So you got a waffle maker?
Yeah, and previously I've tried using pancake mix in it.
Yeah.
And it's been all right, but I thought, hey, do you know what? This isn't like the pancakes I've had. No, the waffles I've had in restaurants.
Yeah, they're normally potatoey, aren't
No. They're normally like crispy.
All right, yeah.
And so I go on the internet and I find a recipe.
Yeah.
Delia's crispy pancakes.
Oh,
right?
yeah. You can't go wrong with Delia, surely.
You cannot. Well, you can.
Did you?
Yeah.
What happened?
So I'm reading the ingredients and I'm like, are you sure about this, Delia?
Yeah.
I'm putting all the ingredients in and she's like, 4 cups of oil. And you're like,
What?
oil? And let's just say it was a sloppy disaster. I followed this recipe to a T, right?
Yeah.
And the worst thing about baking
Yeah.
is that if it goes wrong, not only is it a waste of time, but it's a massive waste of money as well.
Yeah.
I ain't getting that oil back.
It's a big, and oil is very expensive. There's a lot of people that make millions and millions of pounds just with oil.
Yeah. Have your waffles been going?
I hate to tell you this, I've not tried it yet.
Yeah.
But we will be getting it out soon. I was a bit disheartened because when she said it's a waffle maker, I was annoyed that it wasn't in the shape of smiley faces,
Oh, really?
which are the waffles I used to like as a kid.
Good boy.
So yes, well, Tom,
Yeah?
are you ready
Oh, yeah!
for the first ever Chamber of Secrets chapter rundown?
Give me that rundown.
So Harry is back at number 4 Privet Drive with the Dursleys. Hogwarts seems like a distant memory. He's not allowed to do magic. All of his stuff is stuck in the cupboard under the stairs, and Hedwig is trapped and locked in her cage. And this is the cause of an argument between Vernon and Harry at the breakfast table. He shouts at him, it's all not very good, and worst of all, it's Harry's birthday, and they've completely forgotten about him. Why have they forgotten about him? Well, because Vernon is very preoccupied, because tonight he's got the Masons coming round.
Yeah.
Mr. and Mrs. Mason, they're a rich building couple, and he's hoping to make a big sale with his blooming drills.
Yeah.
So they've got a dinner party all set up. So Harry's outside, he's got all sorts to do, he's painting all sorts, he's doing the flower beds, and suddenly he sees a big pair of yellow eyes looking at him through the hedge.
Green.
Hang on. Hopefully that doesn't come up in the quiz. Next thing you know, Dudley's coming out. He's winding him up. I know it's your birthday. I know it's your birthday.
Yeah.
Harry threatens him with a bit of magic, then gets hit with a frying pan. Or an attempt at, anyway.
Yeah.
And he comes back in as a cheese butty. And he's sent upstairs. He's going to sit on his bed. But there's something already on it.
Move it to the side.
And that was the worst birthday. Do you know what? I'm not going to say it this week.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Boring.
It's not what a chapter. It is just a chapter. A chapter. It was a chapter.
We're back. We're back
with Fizzle.
The last chapter we read
Yes.
was a bit too exciting, so we
Yeah.
can't compare it,
Yeah.
you know? Mm-hmm. There ain't no 2 faces
Yeah.
in the Dursley household.
No.
These 3 faces.
Yeah.
Vernon, Petunia,
Petunia.
and Muttley, Dudley. Yeah.
I think it's the come down, isn't it? You know, we've had such a
Yeah.
peak. It's like when you binge watch a series.
You've been at a festival.
Yeah.
You've been doing drugs. Now you're back at work, crying at your desk.
We're back at number 4 Privet Drive. But I think that's the danger of, like binge watching series.
Yeah.
Like in the old days, you'd watch a series, you'd get to the climax, you'd be like, whoa, amazing stuff.
Yeah.
And then you'd have a year to like get excited about the new series.
Yeah.
And when you've waited a year, the first episode, you don't care what happens. You're just like, wait, it's Harry Potter again. Or,
Yeah.
this is all happening. It's the characters that you know and love.
Yeah.
Whereas we have foolishly, some might say, we've chain read these books. We've gone straight from the last chapter of the first book into
Yeah.
the first chapter of the second. And I think that's why we feel a bit like, back to normality.
Perhaps, but what we have not had for
Yeah.
17 weeks is a taste of the Dursleys.
Oh, I have missed that on my taste buds.
We're out of Hogwarts. We're back into mundanity.
Yeah.
We are back into the interpolitics of a boring little family. And I, for one, am thrilled.
I, for 2, am thrilled too.
Change your tune?
I do like the Dursleys.
Yeah.
And do you know what I got on this chapter? I've never had this thought before.
Come on.
But without Harry, they are actually quite a lovely little family.
Absolutely.
I know that Dudley is a little brat, but I don't remember any part of the books where they argue with each other,
No.
where they disagree with each other, where they insult each other.
Yeah.
The three of them are actually a lovely little family unit.
Absolutely. Some might argue, oh, but that boy, they let him do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Yes, they're instilling confidence in him.
Yeah.
If you raise a child
Yeah.
telling it no all the time,
Yeah.
this kid's going to take no from anyone. Oh, I
Yeah.
can't do this, can't do that. Dudley's going to go into the real world
Yeah.
like running. He's going to hit the ground running, and he's
Yeah.
going to, he's going to have his own drill company.
Yeah, he's going to succeed, I think.
The confidence of this boy.
Yeah, I think, it just dawned on me. It's like, Petunia thinks the world of Dudley.
Yeah.
She loves everything he does, and Vernon loves him as well. And I just thought, actually, without Harry, this would be a gorgeous little family that he is actually ruining the lives of.
And you've got to feel sorry for them
Yeah.
because they've just had 9 months without him.
Yes.
They've had 9 months without him, and they've gotten into a groove.
They have.
We're finally being who we want to be.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because I'm assuming that Smeltings is a boarding school as well.
I guess so.
The school that Dudley goes to. I'm guessing Dudley went back home for Christmas. But I feel a bit sorry for the Dursleys because it's not as if they've had that 9 months with Dudley.
Yeah.
So he's coming back for the summer as well. And they want to be, mothering him. They want to be spoiling him, treating him, going out to places. And I think, it's not as if they've had all that lovely quality time with him.
Yeah.
And now Harry's back as well.
And some might say, but quality time, he's a bad kid. He's done nothing in this chapter.
No.
From what I've read, turn these pages. Good little boy.
Yeah, he wants a bit more bacon. Why not? He could have said please, let's
Good
be
little
honest.
boy. The chapter starts off, right?
Yeah.
Vernon, for the third time this week,
Yes.
had been awoken,
Yeah.
from a loud hooting noise coming from Harry's bedroom.
Yeah.
Nowhere in the chapter does it say that was Hedwig.
I would love that if it was just Harry going, "Whoo, whoo."
Listen, I've been there. I've been 12 years old before. You're 12, you got your own room, you're going to be doing some hooting in the middle of the night.
Maybe he's got them sweets. I can't remember what film it is. I think it's either the third or the fourth film where they eat the sweet and then they make the noise of the animal.
Third, I think.
Maybe he's got a big bag of them, but it's just the owl version.
No, I think he's just going stir crazy. Trying to talk to Hedwig.
Even though Hedwig can understand everything he says. Hey, look, I want to speak your language.
And then he's at breakfast going to Vernon. I know, it's Hedwig's fault. I'm sorry, Vernon. Maybe if you let her fly. Hedwig's up there going, I've not made a sound. Harry, I know the rules, pal. It's you who's hooting.
I do get why Vernon is angry about this.
Yeah.
Because this is going to be immensely triggering for Vernon after last year's thing of the owls coming through the post box, down the chimney, invading the house. He went crazy. So much so that he went to a hotel, went to an Airbnb on a hut, on a rock.
Yeah.
I think having an owl just in the house, because I think birds are quite frightening in general. They scare me a bit, birds.
Yeah.
Indoors.
A bird is going to try and pet your eyes out.
Yes.
I've never seen it,
Yeah.
but they've got them perfect beaks for that purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially an owl, because it's when they're all right until the wings flap, and then you realise how enormous they are. Like, I don't know if you've ever been attacked by like a goose or
Have you?
something. No. I've had them come towards you a bit and like go bugger off.
Go on, you're starting.
Yeah, you're starting. They've got the perfect neck for that.
You want
haven't
some?
they?
You want some?
You want some? I'll give it you. I'll give it you. So yeah, I agree. Suddenly he's got an owl in his house. I would much prefer one of the other ones. I would much prefer a cat or a toad than an owl in the house, because they are scary creatures.
Yeah, and it was irresponsible, if you think of it, for Hagrid to buy him that owl.
Yes.
If you had a child
Yeah.
and I bought him a pet,
Yeah.
you'd be like, you've ruined my life.
Yeah. How long do owls live for as well? Must be at least like 10 years.
I know, that room has got a stink.
Yeah. It's going to have so
my
many
God.
pellets on the floor, dead mice that have been eaten. Because what's it being fed? Because it's got to be... I'm sure owls have got to be fed like live
Yeah.
rodents. My goodness.
Very bad. But so Vernon is stressing out about that.
Yeah.
But then we get a glimmer of like Dudley being a good boy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because all this commotion's going on, you know. You want to shut that owl up, blah, 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 blah. Let him out. No, I can't let him out. I know what you'll do. You'll send magic messages. And Dudley goes, oh, it's getting a bit tense in here.
Yeah.
It's getting a bit tense.
Bring it back to breakfast.
Hey, can I have some more bacon?
It's fantastic. He's British, he's trying to detract from the argument. And I love it. If somebody's arguing, you just go, can you pass me the toast? Or something like that. I love it.
He does a burp. Oh, this will get him laughing. Burp.
And he's having more bacon. Petunia is worried about the food at Smeltings. And this just made me think, what were your school dinners like at school, Tom? Did you have nice dinners at your school?
It was funny. So I started. Moved back from Spain, went into a primary school in year 5, and I just assumed you got school dinners. So I just lined up and started eating school dinners.
Yeah.
But apparently, you had to pay for school dinners.
In UK school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They weren't free.
Yeah.
They weren't free. You'd and I was going like months, and then I think one of the teachers clocked down because I didn't know the rules.
Yeah.
And probably my mum just thought, I was coming back every day fed.
Wow, and had you racked up a bill, or did they just let it pass?
I think they just went, from now on.
Yeah.
But in Spain,
Yeah.
we're talking 5-course meals.
My goodness.
Not like culinary, no,
Yeah.
maybe 3-course meals.
Yeah.
Not like, no, actually, they were delicious.
Yeah.
But the tablecloth was paper.
Yeah.
They just roll out and then you
Yeah.
get rid of every day. First course would be something like some cheese and meats.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And main course, you might be looking at like paella.
Yeah.
And then dessert, ice cream,
Yeah.
a bit of cake, something like that every day.
Yeah. Wow. But what about burger and chips? What you got at
What
school?
about burger and chips?
I remember because we used to have like burger and chips and something like that every day, or spag bol or something at our school.
Yeah.
But then everyone got excited because our school were getting Pasta King. And
Yeah.
it's like this pasta company where you can have pasta in a pot. And people got excited about that.
Primary school or high?
This is high school now.
Yeah.
Yeah, people got excited. It's pasta in a pot. And there's different flavours, different things you can get.
Did I ever tell you about the time? So in high school, I'd have packed lunches. My mum would give me sandwich,
Yeah.
Mars bar,
Yeah.
bottle of Coke or something.
Oh, yeah.
Very sugary.
I used to... Oh, go on.
But what I did is
Yeah.
I decided that I was going to start saving the Mars bars up. So I take the Mars bar every day.
Oh,
and when you're like a 12-year-old kid, you're a bit weird.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'll hide this in my pillowcase. So I'll put it in my pillow, like
God.
the bit closest to the mattress.
Like James Bond with a
Yeah,
gun.
and I'd saved up. I think I'd got about 14 of them.
Wow.
And my mum found them.
Yeah.
Yeah, going to change my bed, and she went, "No, you can't have all these," and just took them back, and then they got rationed out again.
No! That is the ultimate disappointment of that plan. Well, I used to get packed lunches. I did dinners for like the first couple of years, and then I was packed lunch boy.
Yeah.
But I used to give it away because I never fancied any of it. So
What was Mama Kirkby making?
it was my dad who'd make me sandwiches.
Daddy Kirkby?
Daddy Kirkby make me packed lunch. It'd be a cheese sandwich with ketchup in it.
Disgusting. Carry on.
I'd like it. There'd usually be like a packet of crisps.
Ketchup in it.
Yeah. What else would be in it? A biscuit.
Ketchup on it.
And maybe a piece of fruit.
Ketchup on
it. And just a tomato.
Lick off the ketchup, give the fruit away.
Give the fruit away. But I was never very hungry at that time of the day, so I used to just hand out. She'd be like, "Do you want this sandwich?" And then the big greedy boys
Saying,
just have it.
You've handed me a cheese and ketchup sandwich. I'm going to beat you up, Lukas. What an awful prank.
And then I'd come home with blood on my lip, which my dad would mistake for ketchup, and all would be well. I'd got rid of my sandwich. He thinks I've eaten it.
Yeah.
So I felt bad deceiving me mum and dad for years on that because I never used to eat all of me packed lunch.
They'll get over it.
I hope so. I hope so.
They'll get over it. Yeah, Aunt Petunia, maybe
Yeah.
like your parents, she
Oh, yeah.
stares at Dudley with misty eyes.
Oh, she does.
She's worried that they're not feeding him enough at
Yeah.
the Smeltings.
Yeah.
And Vernon's like, nonsense, I went to Smeltings and I never went hungry. Mm-hmm. And he's a big fat lad as well, so...
Yeah, he's a big boy.
He must not be lying.
Yeah.
We get a comment on how big Dudley has grown.
Yeah, you know what? I was expecting these comments in these chapters. Thought, back to the Dursleys, back to the fat shaming.
Yeah.
And go on, off we go. What did we get?
Dudley's bottom hangs over both sides of his chair.
Right.
This boy's 12. I know, and Harry is wistful for his time at Hogwarts. He's missing it all.
Yeah.
He's missing the 4-poster beds.
Yeah.
He's missing the Quidditch.
Yeah.
It's 14 players and it's 6 hoops.
Do we need to know the rules of Quidditch? I feel like half of this chapter is just recapping what's happened in the first book.
It's a big recap. I bet you're wondering what the Dursleys' necks look like, were you? No.
No, we don't need that. We just need the main plot points.
I bet you wanted to know how big Dudley's arse is, do you? No.
Don't you remember?
Well, I'm going to tell you 3 times.
Chapter 1, The Worst Birthday, is essentially just like previously on the Harry Potter show.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Harry is not enjoying his time
No.
back here, right?
No.
All of his stuff is locked under the stairs.
Yeah.
His books, his wand, everything, right? So he's unable to do any of his stuff. He goes, do the Dursleys care that I'm going to lose my place on the Quidditch team? No. Do they care I'm not going to do any of my homework?
Yeah.
No. Can I just say, Harry Potter can manage to sneak around Hogwarts undetected.
Yeah.
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 He can, kill people, he can get past
yeah.
trolls, he can do whatever.
Yeah.
But he can't think of a little plan to do a bit of homework.
It's really hard,
It's
isn't
locked
it?
away. There's nothing I can do.
You can't do it. It's just because that key's going to be somewhere.
Yeah.
Find the key. Blooming heck, you could find one in the middle of bloody 1,000 keys flying around.
Yeah,
you can find
exactly.
it in number 4 Privet Drive. I think he's just feeling a bit down.
If there was a troll under there, maybe I'd have a look. But because it's just a bit of homework, there's nothing I can do. Sorry, there's nothing I can do.
What is the point? But when it said, because it says, they keep his broom, they keep his cauldron, they keep all of his books, they keep his cloak, all of his robes are in there. Suddenly, this cupboard under the stairs sounds like quite the spacious area. My goodness, first book. This sounded like a dark, dingy hole where only Harry could fit. Spiders were there. I'm going to fit all of his equipment in it. My goodness.
Well, you could get Vernon in there too.
Yeah, Harry and Vernon. Yeah, that's true. Now, Harry accidentally says the word magic, which questionably is described as the M word in this chapter.
I was listening to the audiobook.
And it does not sound like the M word, Stephen Fry.
Because you get Stephen Fry going, do not say the M word in my house.
Yeah.
And I'm like, eh?
I'm going to ask you a question.
Go on.
Is number 4 Privet Drive a detached house?
I think it's detached.
Okay, well, phew. Because if that was a semi-detached house, the things the next door neighbours would be hearing. They'd be ringing social services, they're keeping him in a cupboard, they're not letting him out from downstairs. I've heard mention of the M word. Do you want to go round? I'd be very concerned if I was their neighbour.
It's funny. Everyone's startled.
Yeah.
Dudley falls off his chair. The ground shakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dudley's described in this chapter. She calls him a blonde, porky boy with blue eyes, right?
Yeah.
And I was thinking, imagine the casting for the film. That casting call that got sent out.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't
We're
it?
looking for a little porky pig type. And imagine being the mother and agent of your son.
Yeah.
And going, hey, you're a porky pig type.
Hey, it could be for you, this one. What's the description? Doesn't matter. Come on.
I've got an audition for you. Oh, yeah. It's for the film Harry Potter. Are you thinking leading role, mummy? Nope.
No.
I'm thinking fatty role.
It must be
Thinking
sad.
sausage roll.
It must be sad, because it's so many, especially, in old films where there's a character whose only purpose in the film is to be ugly.
Yeah.
This is an ugly person or something like that.
Character actor, yeah.
It's just like, wow, what a thing to be. But I think what confidence to be applying for that.
Or imagine being one of those, because I know the author had a lot of people in mind for a lot of these roles.
Yeah.
What's he called? Hagrid he plays.
Robbie Coltrane. Yeah.
Yeah, she was like, oh, I want you to play Hagrid. Oh, right, tell me about the role. Well, he's a great big fat alcoholic.
Well, that's me.
And I think you'd be perfect for the job.
Yeah, because I think Alan Rickman was personally selected for Snape as well by JK.
JK. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's hard to sympathise with Vernon sometimes when he's being so cruel. Mm-hmm. I can deal with Harry not being allowed to do his own work.
Yes.
Yeah, because they're so afraid of magic. And he does like threaten them doing his little fake spells and stuff.
Yeah.
But keeping an owl in a cage for a summer, ooh.
It's not nice, is it?
That owl's going to come out rabid.
Yeah.
It's going to come out mental and it's going to go for someone's eyes.
Yeah. And what's the big deal about letting the owl send messages to friends?
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming that Vernon has accepted the fact that Harry's going back in September, when he can talk to whoever he wants, learn whatever he wants. What is the harm in sending messages? Is he worried about that?
Well, they are terrified that he's plotting against them in some case, isn't it?
Yeah.
They don't want anything like magical, touching the house.
Yeah.
And I guess they think, he's going to invite someone round. He's going to embarrass them in front of the neighbourhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting because if Harry... I know that there's the issue about not getting any letters from Ron and Hermione, which we will talk about in a bit. But Harry is hoping to go to the Burrow to visit Ron and family. I would think that'd be ideal for the Dursleys. You know, if they knew that was the plan, I think they would love to get rid of him for another extra 2 weeks.
Not sure.
Not too sure.
Yeah, but he's back. It's funny, so Harry's gone from the fame of Hogwarts, right?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Everyone was like, wow, legend.
Yeah,
You've saved the school. Everyone knows who you are.
Yeah.
You've like killed a man.
Yeah. It reminded me of us coming back from Edinburgh in September. Because in Edinburgh, we get a little taste of... We do a show every day. We see people every day. And we do get the occasional, love the show, all that kind of stuff. People stopping in the street and stuff like that. And suddenly we're back to work where people are like, oh, you're doing your comedy, are you? That'll be good. Thinking, I don't know, we're just being daft. And I think that's what Harry's feeling, but on a much bigger scale.
Down to work, and he said, this made me laugh, this line where it said, he's back to being treated like a dog that's rolled in something. Is it rolled in something smelly? I was like... And you can imagine a dog in your room that's like rolled in its own shit. Yeah. And you're like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
We have to keep this dog.
Yeah.
Because we've taken it on.
Yeah.
But I don't have to pet it.
I'm not going to pet it. I'm not going to do anything more than feed it and let it live here.
And they've forgotten his birthday. Let's not forget that today is Harry's birthday.
Hip hip hooray!
They've forgotten his birthday.
And they don't normally, do they?
I don't. Do they?
I think they normally give him something.
No, they don't. They give him something at Christmas. On his last birthday, he was in the shack where he drew a little birthday cake on the floor in dust.
But I thought he used to get like Vernon's old underpants and stuff.
Maybe. But yeah, I think that's mean that they've forgotten his birthday. The parents have, at least. I know that Dudley hasn't.
No.
Dudley has not forgotten his birthday. And I think it depends how you read this chapter as to how you want to perceive Dudley. Yeah. Because I read it like this, Harry's looking out the window and Dudley comes up and says, hey, I know what day it is. and Harry's like, what?
Yeah.
What do you want?
Yeah.
He goes, it's your birthday. Have you got any cards from your friends? And he's like, no, I've not.
Yeah.
Why are you rubbing it in my face? I'm going to set this house on fire. What?
Yeah. Dudley, who had a present behind his back that he was about to give to Harry, but as soon as the house was threatened to be burnt down, he thought, well, I'm not giving that to you.
You can't have a present.
I've come out into the garden to wish you happy birthday. Everyone's forgotten, but I've remembered. I know what day it is. I've remembered what day it is. I've got you a present.
Harry's on one.
Yeah, he's threatening arson. You're not gonna have what I've offered, what I bought you. You never know. Dudley's got to turn a corner at some point, surely.
What I love as well
Yes.
is, we were talking about in previous how they are a nice little happy family.
Yeah.
But they even include Harry in that.
Yes.
Because sitting down at a table for breakfast
Yeah.
is a beautiful thing with your family.
Yeah.
They could be in front of the telly. You know, if you wanted
Yeah.
to portray these people as like bad, you'd stick them in front of the telly.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, they're sat at a table discussing. And what are they discussing? They're discussing a dinner party
Hey!
that they're going to throw that night.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Yeah.
And, you know, I would be preoccupied as well if I was Vernon. If this is going to be the biggest deal of his life, you're going to be thinking about that all day.
Yeah, and they're all planning their positions.
I love
So,
it.
what are you going to do? I'm going to take their coats. Beautiful.
Yeah, fantastic.
If I came round your house,
Yeah.
you said, Tom, my boy,
Yeah.
throwing a dinner party. I
Yeah.
want you to come round, right? I turn up at the door, little fat lad. He
Yeah.
kept taking my coat.
Yeah.
I'd buy at least one drill off you.
Yeah. Even if it wasn't my son. You know, in the days leading up to you coming round, I'd be knocking on my neighbours' doors. I'd be like, let's have a look at your son. Bit too thin. Knock him on the next door. He's perfect. Get him round to mine Friday night. He's going to take coats. He's going to compliment the guests.
I'd absolutely love it. The people coming round are
Yeah.
called the Masons.
The Masons.
Do you reckon that's a nod to the secret society?
I think it could be.
Yeah.
My granddad's a Mason. But it's all. I always thought it was a bit dodgy, the Masons. You know, like I don't know much about it, and I'm scared to talk about it on a public platform.
Really?
In case I don't know, but I think it's like a club, isn't it? But I think they do. Do they help each other out financially?
I think.
I don't know.
No, they just like keep jobs in the community, don't they? Like I don't know. I'm not anything to do with them weirdos. Like I don't know. I'm guessing. You know, if you're a lawyer, you'd use a lawyer that. No, if you needed a lawyer, you'd use one that's a Mason.
Yeah.
If you're a Mason, write in, you weirdo, and tell us what your secret handshake is when you're in your secret club for men.
Hey, we don't want to lose any followers. If you're a Mason, we love you. But because the word mason is another word for a builder, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, mason, masonry, all that kind of stuff. And I think the symbol for the Masons is like a compass. It's all about like architecture and stuff like that. So it makes sense that they'd be builders and they're called the Masons.
They're all handing out their jobs. And I found it hard to feel sorry for Harry at this point.
Yeah.
Because he's feeling so sorry for himself. Dudley goes, he doesn't say in this chapter if Harry's not invited to this dinner party. We only just like assume that, I don't know, maybe they've said, Harry, we don't want you there. Or maybe they've given him an invitation and he said, no, I don't want to. You know, because...
What are you going to be doing, Harry? I'm going to be in my bedroom pretending I don't exist. Oh, suit yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I love how we twist these things. To suit our own propaganda.
This well-oiled dinner party sounds fantastic, right?
Yeah.
They're going, we need to think of some compliments.
Yeah.
A planned compliment is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
You coming around here, and I've got it cocked and loaded, that I'm going to tell you, I don't know, something, that I think you're a fine writer and an excellent performer.
Yeah.
You'd be pleasured, wouldn't
I'd
you?
love it. And do you know what? The guy, the little lad from 3 Doors Down, when you're coming round, you know what he's going to say to you?
Go on.
He's going to go, lovely yellow Crocs, Mr. Lawrenson. I love them.
I'd say, Mr. Kirkby, put me down for another drill.
Yes! We'll have sold 3 by the 10
Well, generally, if you had a little porky pig round your house, tell me that I'm his hero, I'd be on cloud 9. I'd be dancing on the ceiling.
Yeah. Honestly, because I think to say that, but like for me, that was the ridiculous one. You know, the Petunias ones are quite good. You know, Vernon tells me you're a wonderful golfer. All right, he's good at golf. Where did you get that dress? You know, that's a typical compliment you'd make, isn't it?
Yeah.
But for Dudley to say, in school we had to write about our hero, and I wrote about you, Mr. Mason. If I was Mr. Mason, I'd be like, what? You wouldn't do, I don't know, Nelson Mandela?
Nelson Mandela?
Why would it not be Nelson Mandela? Or like, I don't know, Martin Luther King or Gandhi or somebody. Somebody inspirational.
If I was fucking...
Greta Thunberg.
If I was... I'd love this. I'm having dinner with a family.
Yeah.
And a little fat lad goes, I wrote about you, Tom. I'd be like, excellent.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what did you say? And I keep picking. Did you write about my long hair?
Yeah.
Did you write about my good looks? Did you write about how funny I am? Yes. Good. Good. Can we get this boy some more food, please?
And if that was me, I would want a copy. I'd be like, well, can you photocopy that and send it me? Because I would love to read 3 pages about me.
If a grown man told you he was his hero, you'd be like, oh. But if a little fatty did it, I'd be like, cool, whatever.
Kids get wrapped up, don't they, in people? Like, they get obsessed with... that sounded an awful image. But, you know, they get like, obsessed with
one thing,
adults or one thing or adults, you know, stuff like that.
I was at a car boot once.
Yeah.
And there was just this little girl.
Yeah.
I think she's about... I don't know. She's a little chubby girl.
Yeah.
Must have been about 9 or something.
Can I just say, you're doing more fat-shaming than J.K. Rowling in this episode.
But she was walking round. And this was in, like... This is before any, like, recent movies or whatever.
Yeah.
This would have been like, I don't know, maybe even 20 years ago, but there's this 9-year-old girl.
Yeah.
And she was wearing, maybe not 20, maybe 15 or something, wearing a T-shirt with Freddie Mercury's face on.
Yeah.
and on the back, it had
Yeah.
Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
And she had a bum bag that said Queen.
Yeah. It's just mad, isn't it? I remember people who were obsessed with, you know, Steve Irwin.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like, you know, like with the Crocodile Hunter T-shirt or like, you know, the crocodile whatever. You think, why would you ever have a Steve Irwin T-shirt just because you like the programme?
Or even worse. Them little kids who were like, oh, Michael Jackson. I love Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Why do you like Michael Jackson? He's not had a song out for...
Yeah.
Fucking potty mouth.
Potty mouth.
You know, no, do you know? Like, I think a lot of parents put it on their kids.
Yeah.
Like when little kids are like, "Oh, my favourite film's Back to the Future."
It's like, no, your dad's favourite film is Back to the Future.
Because your dad's a nerd, and he's making you a nerd little son.
You know what I mean?
like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Do you? Or does your weird little dad like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
I'm going to be that dad. My kids are going to have dart T-shirts, snooker T-shirts, country music T-shirts.
Do you know what my kids are going to do?
What?
Listen to every episode of the Pottervision podcast.
Hey!
Ron and Hermione.
Yeah.
Right? They've not written to him, right? All summer. And isolation, in many ways, I've always said this, is a worse thing for a person.
Yes.
Because if you stay inside your own head, you agree with yourself.
Yes.
You've got no one to bounce ideas
Yes.
off. But I'm not putting it down to Ron and Hermione.
No.
It's easily done, pal.
Yeah.
You've not written to them, albeit because your owl is tied up.
Yes.
Not tied up.
Caged.
Your owl's caged.
Yeah.
But, mate, it's 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they've forgotten your birthday. Come on, pal.
Yeah.
We're 12.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't think me and you've ever... Well, I mean...
I don't know when your birthday is.
2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah. That's it. But I wouldn't know the exact date.
But, like, because it's not that important.
No.
And it didn't used to be that important to you, Harry Potter.
Yeah.
You've changed.
Yeah. I want to put to Harry Potter, when's Ron's birthday? When is Hermione's birthday? Bet you he doesn't know.
What did you get Hermione for Christmas again? Oh, nothing. Yeah, that was it. That's what you got, Hermione. Maybe she's remembering that, Harry Potter. Maybe she's remembering that.
Did you ever have a pen friend? Someone that you wrote to as a kid?
No.
No.
Did you?
I didn't, but my sister did.
Yeah.
Now, it was part of this... We used to go to Sunday school as little kids. And my sister obviously was older than me. And she was part of this scheme where you would write to, like, a poor family. And she used to write to this girl in Romania. And it all started off, like, very nice, you know. Hello, you know, what do you like? Who are you? All this kind of stuff. and then...
I'm assuming what do you like is your sister's first letter. The returning letter was, who are you?
Hi, what do you like?
Who are you?
And it was all fine, happy days, they were
yeah.
friends, whatever. And then she got a letter once that was like, hello, diddle-diddle-diddle. And it was like, oh, you know, because I think my sister had sent photographs to say, like, what she looks like and the family and stuff like that. And the girl sent a letter back. She goes, "Oh, I'd love to send you photos of my family, but I don't have a camera. I don't have a camera to take pictures, right?" So the next thing, my sister sends a parcel, which has got like a little camera, so she can send pictures, right? Next thing, she gets a letter back. "Oh, we'd love a TV. We've not got a TV." And they started sending like letters asking for TVs and like hair dryers and stuff like this. And my sister just stopped replying because it turned into this odd situation where they were just asking for luxury items.
I love that. I love that.
That was years ago. I think my sister was only about 9.
I'm guessing it was a disposable camera.
Yeah. I think it was just like a Polaroid type thing or something.
That they, 1 hour development. Or something.
Yeah.
And then, this camera's nice, but you know what's better?
Yeah.
$1 million.
But I think you could tell that it was like the family that were telling her what to write and stuff like that. So she's just there writing the letters. Hey, ask for a toaster. Ask for a toaster.
Thing is, though, you don't ask, you don't get.
Well, exactly. And they didn't get. And they did ask. But yeah, but a funny situation to be in.
Yeah. I like it. I've never had a pen friend.
No.
If you'd like to be my pen friend, I'll give you Lucas's address and he could give the letters on to me.
Fantastic. I will be the middleman to this lovely pen friendship.
Go on.
They want Harry out of the way.
Yeah.
Why don't they use Mrs. Fig, the babysitter? If I was them, this is going to be the biggest deal of my career.
Because he's promised he's going to be quiet. He's been quiet a few nights so far, apart from the hooting.
Yeah, I'd have that owl out the house for a start.
Yeah.
I'd have somebody looking after that owl, and I'd have somebody looking after Harry. Get Mrs. Fig on board. What's she doing? That was my question.
You can't, she's not employed by him. She can't do everything for him. Harry wants, he's looking for anything from the magical world.
Yeah.
He'd even be happy to see Draco Malfoy, he says. His arch nemesis.
What? Your arch nemesis? The boy that you don't really like at school?
Oh, no. Your arch nemesis is Lord Voldemort.
Yeah. Voldemort's listening in through the scar, going, "What? That's supposed to be me! How am I number 2 on your list of enemies?"
No, you might have tried to kill him, Voldy, but Draco, he threw a remember all.
What, at you? No.
On the roof.
What? Was it your remember all?
No.
Yeah, it's mad to think of Draco as his arch nemesis. But yeah, he goes, all I want is some kind of connection to the magical world to prove that it was real. I'm spending the weekends wandering through shopping centres, hoping to be bowed at by a man in a violet top hat, hoping to see somebody in a green cloak. But alas, nothing. Where's Doris Crockford when you need her?
Imagine. He's just in some local, Asda.
Yeah.
Walking up to a man who's just dressed a bit funny.
Yeah.
Don't mind bowing at me, would you? Hey?
What? Hey, you must be a wizard. No, just into steampunk.
You must be a wizard. No, I'm just a gimp.
My goodness.
So Dudley's bum keeps falling out.
Yeah.
He's a big boy.
He is, yeah.
He's comfy eating.
Yeah.
He misses his cousin.
Yeah.
He's, Harry's going back to Hogwarts soon. He's going to miss him. Yeah. He's having to eat so much to distract, from Harry, all the negative attention he's getting from his parents.
Yeah.
They're all screaming, "Hey, look at me, I'm eating more bacon."
Yeah.
It's not his fault.
I love about literature in general that 2 people can take a completely different view of the events from reading the same text. Anyway, next point. I do love these narratives that we're imagining, Dudley.
No, I think I'm right in thinking that. Listeners, if you are on my side, write in and tell us, Team Tom. Right.
Sorry.
Go on.
It also said, it was only their terror. They're on about the Dursleys worried about Harry doing magic. Yeah, and it says, it was only their terror that he might turn them all into dung beetles that stopped them from locking him in the cupboard under the stairs with his wand and his broomstick.
Well, that's what Harry wants.
That's what Harry wants. Yeah. Why would you ever put him in with all the magic stuff? It's like putting a gunman in a gun shop.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
That's a good example.
Thank you.
A gunman
In a gun shop.
a baker in a bakery.
Baker in a bakery.
Yeah.
Butcher in a butchery.
A candlestick maker in the candlestick makery.
Yeah, exactly. There's a poem there somewhere. But yeah, why would you put him in? Why is it only their terror that's stopping him? Surely it's their prejudice,
Yeah.
their hatred for him.
Harry's distracted. He's trying to keep out of the way, and he's
Yeah.
sat on a bench and he's staring into a bush.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he sees these two green eyes looking at him. I thought two things this could possibly:
Yeah.
Lily Potter,
His mum? Yep.
or some traffic lights.
But it would have to be two traffic lights, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
To have two green eyes.
traffic lights.
Or maybe one Lily Potter winking and one set of traffic lights.
He comes in the house after his day of jobs. They've got him cleaning the car. Definitely done a crap job. If you hire...
He's done a crap job of everything. Yeah. What has he done? Let's read what he's done. He's cleaned the windows, washed the car, mowed the lawn, trimmed the flower beds, pruned and watered the roses, and repainted the garden bench. He couldn't have done a proper job of any of those. Because repainting the bench properly, well, it's going to take an hour to paint the first coat.
Yep.
Then you've got to let it dry.
Yep.
Then an hour to paint the second coat.
Yeah.
How is it you can't be doing all these
And
things
a
properly?
little boy
Yeah.
cleaning an estate, like a car,
Yeah.
like a Ford Mondeo or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Like that is his body's tiny.
Yeah.
His body's absolutely tiny. To clean a whole car inside and out,
Yeah.
sun's going to be going down, and then back seats are going to be wet.
Yeah, mental. He's getting ladder out of the garage to clean those top windows on the top floor. It's a lot to do, and yeah, he cannot have done a good job.
I think he's doing one job.
Yeah.
And Aunt Petunia's having to keep giving him another job to do.
Yeah.
Because she goes, right, you can clean, you can paint the bench.
Yeah,
and he's
yeah,
done.
yeah.
And he's come back 10 minutes later, done.
No, you
She's
haven't.
like, oh, he's used magic, hasn't he? Nope, he's just fucking fucked it up.
He's just done a terrible job. Now, Dudley comes out, winds him up.
Yeah.
He thinks, I know what I'll do. I'll pretend I'm about to do a bit of magic. Right. The words he uses are ridiculous.
Go on.
So he goes, I'm going to wind Dudley up. He goes, I'm going to turn this bush on fire. Jiggery pokery, hocus pocus. What else do you say? Squiggly wiggly. Right, how are you getting away with that? Those are the most ridiculous words ever. But also, Harry Potter, how do you know that this isn't some magic spell that you are saying? Because the worst curse in the wizarding world sounds very similar to abracadabra. So him saying jiggery pokery could easily cause a lot of damage.
Hocus pocus. Him knocking on the kitchen window. Aunt Petunia, I've made Dudley disappear.
Just, he could have easily gone, oh, I'm going to wind Dudley up here. Abracadabra! I've a green light came out of my fingers and I've murdered him.
He just gets on a bus.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be going now.
They're going to put me in a board stool.
Sorry,
No, go on.
I'm interrupting you. Petunia, Dudley goes, oh, Harry's doing you know what? Harry's doing you know what? And it says, as neither Dudley nor the hedge were in any way hurt, Petunia knew that Harry couldn't have done any magic. Mm-hmm. What? What do you mean? So the hedge and Dudley weren't hurt. He can't have done any magic. He could have, I don't know, levitated a ball. He could have, I don't know, moved something across the lawn. How do you know he's not done any magic?
Anytime Vernon starts screaming,
Yeah.
she runs up to Dudley's bedroom, looks at him, and he's fine.
Yeah.
Runs out the front door, the hedge is fine.
Vernon, don't worry. He's not done a thing. The hedge is fine. Dudley is fine. The next door neighbours are dead. But it is fine. Do not worry. Harry has not done a dicky bird.
Yeah. So his jobs are done.
Yes.
He walks over newspaper
Yeah.
through to the kitchen,
Yeah.
where he spies tonight's dessert.
Oh, yeah.
He spies tonight's dessert. Whipped cream and sugared violets. Vernon, mate, your wife's fucked it. Right?
Yeah.
If someone put that in front of me, I'd be fuming.
Because what is that? I'm expecting, I'm imagining like a pantomime custard pie with Parma violets like pressed into it, maybe in a circle round the sides.
Yeah. So like, imagine this. We're at a dinner table. I'm loving it. Oh, drills. Oh, I know what he wants from me.
Yeah.
He wants me drills. But you know what? This hospitality, this boy taking me coats, I'm his hero. Oh, this ham has been delicious.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. And then you put that in front of me. I'll be like, Vernon, get your pig to fetch me coat.
It doesn't sound appetizing
Whipped
at all.
cream and crushed violets. Nah, mate.
What are we imagining? Is that like a meringue, or is it literally just squirty cream and some sweets? But we're setting something up, aren't we? You know, as Chekhov said, don't show a gun in Act 1 if you're not going to fire it by Act 5. I have a feeling this dessert's going to show up sometime soon.
Harry's dinner sounds quite nice to me.
Cheese butty.
Bread and cheese. Lovely.
Ploughman's lunch.
I love it.
Lovely. They're cutting it bloody fine because they don't want Harry to exist, and yet he is still downstairs by the time they arrive. They are knocking on the door, and Vernon is like, Harry, get upstairs, and remember, boy, don't make a sound. Now, I don't know how soundproof your front door is, but if I'm knocking at the door, and usually the front door has frosted glass, so you can see shadows. So I'm Mr. and Mrs. Mason, I'm knocking on the door, I hear muffled sounds of, remember, boy, don't make a sound.
Don't say the M word.
And then I see the shadow of a little boy going up the stairs. I enter the room, enter the house, and we see Dudley, Vernon and Petunia.
Yeah.
Who's the boy upstairs? Nobody.
Oh, right, okay. Just wondering, Vernon, are you where someone's vandalised the front of your house? There's been a shit job on your bench.
Yeah,
Your
it's been spray painted.
Your car's been scratched.
What is going on?
Yeah, I think Harry's only not invited to dinner because they don't want the Masons to get too attached.
Yeah, do you think so?
No.
They'd be too interested in his life. But I think actually a little sob story about Harry might endear the Masons to the Dursleys. If Harry was sat in the table, go, oh, who's this? You've not mentioned him before. Oh, he's our nephew. His mum and dad, they sadly died when he was 1 year old, and we took him into our home. We've looked after him as if he's one of our own. I think the Masons would be like, that's lovely.
Well, the Dursleys, they can't help themselves.
They can't.
If the Potters are mentioned,
Yeah.
they have to be like, oh, the lowest of the lowlifes.
Yeah, that's true.
Lay in the gutter drinking wine.
So tell us about your parents, Harry.
Magic doesn't exist.
What?
Nothing.
Over to drills.
Harry goes to his room.
Yeah.
And he goes to sit on his bed, but he couldn't because someone was already sitting on it.
Trouble was. Weird phrase. Trouble what? Yeah, it came across as very camp, the narration of that. Harry went upstairs to sit on his bed. Oh, trouble was. Thing about that was there was somebody already on the bed.
I'd scream.
I would.
I'd scream. I'd say, help! I'm a little boy and someone's in my room. I don't care you've got a dinner party.
Yeah.
I'm a little boy and something's going to happen to me now.
Funnily enough, that is the first line of the next chapter. But I love this because it's a cliffhanger, isn't it? Who's on the bed? And I was thinking back to the first book, The Philosopher's Stone. Apart from like the penultimate chapter, I don't remember that many cliffhangers. Maybe Hagrid arriving at the shack, doof, knock on the door. I don't remember that many. Like each chapter used to be its own little story that used to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Whereas I don't know, maybe this is the sign of things to come, more cliffhangers to get us excited.
Have this is a lead up to a dinner party. This chapter.
Yes.
Have you ever made a meal for someone?
Not as in like.
Have you thrown a dinner party?
No, nothing like
No,
that.
no.
I made you a meal once, which I think
Yeah.
you've mentioned before.
Have I?
Where the vegetables were frozen.
Yeah. And watery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've never. No, I've never hosted anything like that.
If you were to throw a dinner party, yeah?
Yes.
I was the guest of honour,
Yes.
right? You wanted something off me.
Yeah.
What are you doing to impress me?
Classic roast dinner with all the trimmings. I'm going for chicken dinner. Gravy, roasties, and mash.
I feel like you've
Special
made
day.
the fatal error
Yeah.
of throwing a dinner party to impress yourself.
Hey, I've not. Everyone loves a roast dinner. You like roast dinner.
Well, it's all right.
Ah.
It's all right.
What would you... Right, well, I can't make that many meals. I did try a risotto the other week,
Yeah.
which I mentioned to you. That went well.
Yeah.
Spag bowl, maybe.
Yeah.
Make spag bowl. Or a sweet and sour. Or like a stew. What about a stew?
Do you know what? You're very generous. You're one of the most generous people I know.
No.
That's Paddington Bear. You're the most generous people, and it wouldn't be uncommon for you to get a takeaway in,
No.
would it?
But I think that would be because I'd be nervous about my cooking skills. If I was worried about you, I would 100% rather take you out for a meal and buy you a meal than cook you one. 100%.
Very generous.
Well, I don't know.
Right!
Yes, boy!
Right. How many?
Yeah.
How bloody many?
Oh, yeah.
How many
Yeah.
whipped cream and crushed violet cakes are you giving this chapter out of 5?
We said it at the beginning, and I'm going to stick with it. It wasn't amazing.
Yeah.
It felt like a recap. Just, you know, this is what happened in the last book. I do like the stuff with the Dursleys. I like their plan for the Masons arriving. But to be honest, that was about it. Yeah. And I feel like, you know, we need to come into this book with high standards. I'm not fascinated or amazed by this chapter of the book, and I think I'm going to give it one mound of whipped cream with sugared violets out of 5.
That is crazy.
It is.
One.
For
For me, I read this chapter. Listen to the audiobook first, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I went, okay. Then I read the chapter.
Yeah.
And I went, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Then I listened to the audiobook chapter a second time.
Yeah.
And I went, okay.
All right.
And I thought, you know what? This chapter, it's got what I like. It's got the Dursleys.
Yeah.
And they are being themselves.
Yeah.
Unapologetically themselves. They're having a dinner party. They've got the boy who they love. And they've got their rules. Do you know what? These people know themselves. You got beautiful boy, Dudley.
Oh, yeah.
He's rolling about, falling on the floor.
Yeah.
You know, he's belching. He's trying to cheer up his cousin.
Yeah.
You know? Harry's doing his jobs and he's being a naughty little boy, winding up his cousin. Boys will be boys!
Yeah.
Yeah. I like this chapter.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to give this chapter 5
No!
whipped cream crushed violet cakes out of 5.
You are insane. And that by you know, rule of elimination, that is the biggest gap in ratings between us. Polarising opinions.
Right, now, are you ready for my new segment?
I'm not, because I didn't know there was one.
New segment.
Yeah.
Tom's Riddle.
Oh! I love the name already. Tom's Riddle.
Tom's Riddle.
I love this. Tom's Riddle. Okay.
You ready for the theme tune?
Yeah.
Hey diddle diddle, Tom's got a riddle. The cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such fun, and the dish ran away with the spoon.
Very good. Did you write that yourself?
A lot of it.
Okay, a riddle.
I've got
Okay.
a riddle for you.
Yeah.
Right, it's based on the chapter.
I love it.
Right.
Okay.
Some say I'm hard to keep hidden,
Yeah.
especially because I'm a biggin.
Okay.
Right? Some say I'm known to shake the ground, and I'm even more so going to make a sound. Some say I'm frequently in the bog.
Yeah.
And some select few know I used to be like that of a hog.
Yeah.
What am I?
You are Dudley Dursley.
I'm Dudley's bottom.
Oh, oh, it was more specific. All right. Is there a prize for Tom's riddle?
No.
No. But I enjoyed it. And can I say, you are a very talented poet.
Let me just finish with the theme tune.
Oh, yeah.
Hey diddle diddle, Tom's got a riddle. The cow jumps
away
over the
with the
moon.
spoon. Oh, yeah.
Will you be quiet?
Sorry.
Hey diddle diddle, Tom's got a riddle. The cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such fun, and the dish ran away with the spoon.
There we go.
Now, are you ready for my other segment?
Yeah.
Quiz. Feel free to join in.
Thank you.
Quiz, quizzy key, quiz, quizzy key, quiz, 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 crew. Gonna ask you some questions, how well will you do? Quiz, quizzy key, quiz, quizzy key, quiz, 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 crew. Gonna ask you about Harry Potter, Lucas, how well will you do?
I'll blow you a kiss.
Right, this is quiz, book 2, quiz 1.
Oh, yes.
Right. How many times this week has Hedwig woken Vernon?
3.
Correct, sir. What word, question 2,
Yes.
does Vernon use to describe Harry's wizard blood?
Your abnormality.
Perfect. What does Harry not miss about Hogwarts?
He doesn't miss the potions master Snape.
Very good. What does Harry sing to himself in this chapter?
Happy birthday.
What? Question 5.
Yeah.
I'm not even told you what the prize is.
Oh yeah, what is the prize this week?
The prize is you can tell me any secret about yourself and I won't judge you.
I love it. Okay, that's exciting. I mean, I might purposely get this wrong now because I don't want to reveal anything.
Question 5.
Yes.
What fake spells does Harry do?
He does jiggery pokery,
Yeah.
hocus pocus, and squiggly wiggly.
My boy, you've gone and done it!
Hey!
On the quiz, you can tell me off air or you can tell me on air.
I'll tell you on air, don't judge me for this.
Go on.
But I've never liked you.
But that is the prize, you
You
know.
are not allowed to judge
I
me
don't
or
judge
treat
him.
me in any way.
That has been the
I'll tell you another secret.
Go on.
I was joking, I love you.
Oh, quiz, quizzy key, quiz, quizzy key, quiz, 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 quiz. Gonna ask you some questions. How well will you do? Quiz, quizzy key, quiz, quizzy key, quiz, 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 crew. Gonna ask you about Harry Potter, Lucas. How well will you do?
Pottervision.
And now it's time for popular segments, Hedwig's Droppings. We're not referring to owl poo, we're not referring to ploppings. We mean the messages you send in when we refer to Hedwig's Droppings. Oh, now we have got a sack full.
Do you know what I love about that theme tune?
What?
The use of the word referring.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound clunky at all, does it? It just rolls off the tongue. Referring, that's why I always want to sing along. Referring.
If you want to keep referring in the Hedwig's Droppings jingle, tweet us hashtag keep referring. Or if you want us to get rid of it, hashtag trash referring.
Hashtag try harder, boys.
Now then, we've got a lovely sack full of messages for Hedwig's Droppings this week, the first week of the second book. Now, we've had a message on Instagram from Elizabeth, who says she was under a bit of a misconception. She says, I'm quite sad that I've finished the podcast. Is this like a Netflix series? Do we have to wait a year before coming back for round 2? Well, if you're listening now, Elizabeth, you'll already know we're going straight through.
Yeah.
We're not having any breaks. We're just battering through this 7-book series. So
Mm.
no worries. And she does ask a very interesting question about book 1 and book 2.
Tell me now.
She says, who do you think is the bigger threat? Voldemort and Quirrell in book 1 or Memory, Tom Riddle in book 2? What do you reckon?
Quirrell, because he's a form, a human man. Not a piece of paper.
No. I think book 2 is probably more... There's actually genuinely more danger. Because if you think about book 1, knowing what's going to happen, Quirrell's never going to defeat Harry because he can't touch him. But I think Harry will be more scared about Voldemort and Quirrell than Tom Riddle.
Yeah. He's only 12 years old.
Yeah. And he's got that... And I think the second book does seem more dangerous, though, because of the basilisk. Because you can't even look at it. That would scare me. Would you be scared by a basilisk, Tom?
No.
Oh, Mr. Billy Big Bollocks.
You can't
over
look
here.
at it, otherwise what?
You die.
Do you?
Yeah. Have you read the books? So thank you very much, Elizabeth, for your question. Now, we've also had a message from Summer Cooper on Facebook. Hello, Summer. She says, I love the first book, looking forward to the second one. Now, she asks, what do you think the teachers at Hogwarts get up to during the summer holidays?
Yeah.
And if you could go with one of them, which one would it be? If you could join a teacher on some summer holidays.
Well, what do you reckon Snape does? How long has he got? 6 weeks? 8 weeks?
He's got 6 weeks, maybe a bit longer.
And I think he always goes back to Bradford.
Back to Bradford, sees his mum and dad.
He lives in his terrace.
I assume a lot of the Hogwarts teachers just stay there and live at Hogwarts. I can't imagine Professor Flitwick going interrailing over the summer holidays or...
No, I reckon Professor Flitwick's got a very small house that is perfect for him. Do you know what I mean?
There's one in near where I'm from, in Conway, is the smallest house in Britain.
Yeah.
And you can go and visit it, and it's a tiny red house, and it's got 2 rooms. The downstairs, which has got the stairs in it.
Yeah.
And then a little bedroom, and a fisherman used to live there.
Oh, so it wasn't just one of these Welsh tourist traps.
No, it was a genuine... it is a tourist trap now, but it was a genuine house, and it was probably about half the size of this room, the same height on 2 floors. The house, and it's the smallest house in Great Britain, and it's on the Conway, marina.
And no one lives there now.
No, it's just a tourist thing you can.
Well,
go
I'm
in.
guessing because of the worldwide pandemic, that little house has been sat vacant for a long time now.
It has.
I think it's only right that they get someone in there.
Professor Flitwick.
No, maybe a homeless person. Maybe someone as a punishment. Maybe. Maybe someone who would find it awful. Throw them in there. If they've committed a crime, of course.
And I sentence you to 6 weeks in the smallest house in Great Britain.
No!
Send me in jail. So who would you... Summer holidays, you got to pick one teacher. Who are you spending it with?
Snape.
Just to see what he gets up to.
How about you?
That would intrigue me, but then I think it would...
Snape's taken. You're not invited.
Oh, hey, that's no good.
I'm taking over responsibilities. I'm bandaging his legs.
I think it's got to be... I think Dumbledore is very fascinating. It's probably an obvious answer, but I think, what's Dumbledore doing over the 6-week holidays? I want to know, and I want to be there.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. Now, it wouldn't be Hedwig's droppings without a lovely question from Kevin Caswell-Jones.
KCJ
on Twitter. Now, he obviously last week was the final chapter of book 1, and he's had a bit of a think about Voldemort and Quirrell.
Scratching that noggin.
He says, spare a thought for Voldemort. Every time Quirrell...
That's a beautiful turn of phrase. Spare a thought for Voldemort. Nice bloody propaganda poster, that, isn't it?
Hey, that'd be good.
To get more Death Eaters on side.
Yeah.
Spare a thought for Voldemort. I never thought about it that way. Perhaps Voldemort, we're looking at him. He's not so bad after all. But go on.
Hey, I love it. Now, he says, spare a thought for Voldemort.
Yeah.
Every time Quirrell went for a shit. What J.K. Rowling fails to enlighten us on is whether Quirrell was an advocate of the quick in and out or a good half an hour with a well-thumbed copy of Broom Trader. So I'm imagining Voldemort is not going to want to stare at the back of the toilet while he's having a poo.
Well, he doesn't unbandage to... Do
you think he unbandages it and then, while he's having a shit, Voldemort can just, go onto a cushion? and wait.
Maybe just opens a window and Voldemort looks out.
Like Hedwig, he just gives him like 10 minutes to fly around for a bit.
Maybe.
Or the other idea I had was if he like sits on it facing the cistern. You know, like, I don't know, a cool teacher sits on a chair.
Why would that make any difference?
Because then Voldemort can look at the lovely bathroom.
What cool teachers at your school are sitting on the toilets backwards?
Not on the toilets, like they sit on a chair. You know, they're like, hey, I'm one of the cool teachers, and they sit on a chair. They straddle it. I'm imagining Quirrell doing that. And then Voldemort can look at, I don't know, like a word search or a
Cool teachers didn't do that at my school. My school, they sat under the table.
Did they?
Tickling our legs.
So there we go. Thank you very much, Kevin Caswell Jones. Now, a lot of people are looking forward to book 2.
Oh!
As I know we are as well. We put a post out saying, what are you looking forward to? Now, Simon Heath on Facebook has said where to start. He says, we get to meet Malfoy's dad.
Yeah.
And realise maybe why Malfoy is how he is. I know we're looking forward to that. However, he says the best part of the book is Gilderoy Lockhart.
Oh!
What a great character. And Hunter Bev on Twitter agrees. She says, I personally cannot wait to hear your thoughts on Lockhart. I've gathered that Tom enjoys a weirdo, and he certainly is that.
Thank you, Hunter Bev.
I know we're both looking for that. But Abby Allen on Facebook says she wants more updates on the mould, of course.
Oh, Abby, have you got some surprises in store?
Hey, you wait and see. And the final letter we've had in today is from James Stinton on Facebook.
Okay.
Now, he is very critical. Now, let me see your book. Where's your Chamber of Secrets?
Yeah.
He's very critical of the cover of this new book because of the ridiculous spoilers on the front.
Yeah.
He says, is that really the cover? I know it's a 20-year-old book with multiple releases in an array of media. However, that is a straight-up spoiler right there on the front.
For those who don't know, the new cover is Harry, sword in hand, basilisk behind him, with that phoenix about to be bitten by the basilisk.
Yeah, and the basilisk has even got blood coming out of his eyes.
Yeah, rather than the old book, two twerps in a car flying who don't really look like Harry and Ron.
No, they look middle-aged, don't they? That bloke. Now, so yeah, we agree with you, James.
No, I don't agree with you.
You don't.
I like that.
You like. I like the artwork more, but I
Yeah,
do
I like
agree
that.
that it's spoiling the.
I don't
the
think
end of the
so.
book.
I don't like. No, that doesn't matter. I think. Say, if you're reading that for the first time, you're probably a kid.
Yeah.
And kids aren't clever enough to like work that out. And kids need that visual to understand how big the basilisk is.
Oh yeah. Fair enough.
No,
So-
if you disagree,
What?
you disagree.
All right, I disagree with you. I think it is a big thing, and you know, on the back it's got Dobby.
I might rip that back off.
Yeah, there we go. All right, thanks very much, James, and everyone who's messaged in. And if you haven't messaged in and you've got a question for us, please send them in. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Just search for Pottervision, you'll find us. Or you can go to pottervision.com and fill in the chat function on there.
Pottervision.
This has been the Pottervision podcast. It was chapter 1 of the second book, The Worst Birthday. Please join us for next week. It's episode 19 and it's chapter 2, Dobby's Warning.
I've been Tom Lawrenson.
I've been Lukas Kirkby.
This has been the Pottervision podcast. If you have any questions or comments, you can go to pottervision.com. The music was by Jack Evans. And that's everything from us.
Goodbye.
Bye.